Hey, it's Rich. Welcome back. I just finished week 95 on taking weight loss drugs. I took this week's shot just a few minutes ago. So far, so awesome. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about this week. I've seen a lot of commercials for the weight loss drugs, Wegovy and Zepbound, and Wegovy's got that new pill that they're encouraging people to take. And I think I'm getting a lot of commercials about, hey, start thinking about this. And I think it's because it's springtime and people are thinking, well, I want to lose some weight for the summer. I wanted to give some advice. And my advice is, I don't care what you take. I don't care if you do the drugs with the weight loss drugs, or if you do it without, or if you do the shots versus the pill. My suggestion is to start, or to start again. If you were on it before and it either didn't work, or it only really worked for a little while and then you stopped and then you gained all the way back, try again. I am so happy that I have done this. I've done this for a little less than 2 years, right? There's 104 weeks in week 95. So, I've got just until sometime in June until I hit my 2-year mark. I've lost a significant amount of weight. My life is measurably better in so many categories, including just clothes, right? Including how I fit in my clothes. I've had to downsize my wardrobe a couple of times already. I've gone through 3 different belts, and the belt I have right now is okay, but it's already starting to get a little long. And I would really suggest that you start. There's also that imperceptible change that you have, in that you're just more in control, right? And that food noise that comes at you and says, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. You should eat. Maybe I should go get a snack. It still exists, but you're really in control of it, and it feels better to be in control of that. I'm helping a family member who's going through some tough times, and they drop something to the floor, and before I would just look at it on the floor and say, boy, how badly do I need this? And if I needed it, I'd go get a pair of kitchen tongs because I couldn't get it off the floor. Well, now last night something happened, and I ended up some water was spilled, and I ended up kneeling down on the ground and sopping up with a towel and getting back up and putting the towel away. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of that at my tippy top weight. I just wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have just said, it's good enough, and I would have just left it. And because I'm down in weight, I'm actually able to do some of the things that you should be able to do, right? And everybody associates with just a normal part of life, that you drop something to the floor, or you spill something on the floor, you're able to wipe it up. You're able to get down on your knees and then stand back up without bracing yourself and using immense exertion to stand back up. Just normal stuff. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't started this, if I hadn't stuck with it, if I hadn't, when I ran into a stall with Wegovy after losing 87 pounds on Wegovy, but then stalling for many months, and then deciding, hey, I'm going to try Mounjaro. I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if I just didn't stick with it. So my advice to you, if you haven't tried it and you're thinking about it, start. See how it works for you. And then, my also big advice is commit to it. I committed to this. I committed to dieting. I'm not perfect. And I told you, I had 6 Snicker bars a couple of weeks ago. 1,500 calories. I'm just eating them all in one sitting within a few minutes. I didn't even really enjoy them. Things happen, right? Earlier this week, I had a bunch of donuts at work. They were sitting near me, and I just kept going back for another one. I finally just said, I have to stop. So I'm not perfect by any means, but the trend is going the right way, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I hope that you will give that a shot. So if you are not currently taking a weight loss drug, I would suggest seeing your doctor, seeing a clinician, and getting on the drug and see how it goes. Give it a month or two and just see how it goes. And don't assume it's a magic button. It's not going to take the shot or take the pill and lose a bunch of weight. It's going to be take the shot or take the pill, work at it a little bit, and lose weight. And sometimes it goes fast, sometimes it goes slow, sometimes you gain weight. But the trend line is that I have lost weight over time. And that's, I think, the best you can do. So my advice is do it. Just do it. That's a catchy phrase. I think I'll sell that to Nike. Just do it. Maybe they'll pay me for it. Maybe not. Anyhow, you didn't come here to hear me talk about motivational stuff to start the weight loss drug and improve your life. No, you came for jokes. What did one snowman say to the other? What did one snowman say to the other? Now, a coworker at work told me this is a killer. This is a good joke. What did one snowman say to the other? I smell carrots. I smell carrots. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a killer with me. Oh well. All right. Hey, the other day I was outside, and the snow melted here, and I found on the side of the road I found a suitcase, and so I stopped and I opened it up, and there were 5 puppies inside. And so I called animal control, and the animal control person said, "Are they moving?" And I said, "Well, that might explain the suitcase." That's awful. A terrible joke. Anyhow, how did I do this week? Well, this week I had another good week. Pretty normal. No big issues or anything like that. I lost another 2 pounds. That brings me down to a total of 52 pounds down since I've switched to Mounjaro since Thanksgiving, and a total of 139 pounds overall. I will see you next week.